Hi everyone, welcome again to another video clip going through some of the phrases in my weekly lesson. If you haven't seen my weekly lesson of this week or you want a copy, you simply have to go to teacherjoseph.com, and I'm just going to write my web address here for you so you can see it later. Okay, there we are, teacherjoseph.com. So, yeah, if you want to go over there, you can download a copy of this. You'll see it on the top of my website. It's also in my blog, and there's also the audio there on YouTube. Would be good for you to see it. Right, so when we tried to go through this yesterday, we got up as far as stony silence. A stony silence is when someone is being unresponsive to your comments. That could be deliberate if someone doesn't like you or doesn't like your presentation. Could just be a colleague that, isn't happy. There's a few of those around. It's not about your presentation or your words. It's about their anger for whatever reason or their behavior. So a stony silence is when somebody or a group of people simply don't respond to what you're saying. Could be a mother. You're asking her for something and there's some kind of silence there that isn't just not hearing you, it's a very specific decision not to reply to you. So they might be making eye contact, staring at you, and you might know by their face that something isn't right. Either they don't understand, they're angry, or whatever. It's called a stony silence. Yeah, so I was talking about my Chinese friend not sending me a Christmas card. So we'll just move on down. What I like about Christmas is that it's kind of a check in, it's a way of catching up, yet without imposing yourself on people's lives. I am aware, though, that it is getting harder and harder to keep up relationships with people unless they are in close proximity, and most of them I don't want to see anyway. We are in a situation where we have communication with the world at our fingertips, yet we can't seem to keep in touch with those who mean something to us. Should we just accept that we're all now in touch and forget about sending stuff? Since moving my teaching practice online, I started sending cards to some students. This revived the dying practice of sending cards and brought my dwindling Christmas card list. Dwindling, we had a few weeks ago, it just means something which is going down. Numbers dwindle. All right. So the number of people I send Christmas cards to is dwindling. I used to send cards to my neighbors, soon realized I wasn't getting cards back. After a number of negative events with the people, removed them from the list permanently with a red mark to remind myself never to reinstate them. That's a bit like telling the hospital when you go for an operation, do not resuscitate. Christmas cards are a serious business. Yeah, so resuscitation is when, if you're in the hospital and you die and they bring you back to life, that's called resuscitation. Uh, After discussing this Christmas card dilemma with my American friend, she suggested it doing it the American way and writing little labels to hang on my Christmas tree with the names of people I am grateful for in order to make a gratitude tree. So I trotted off to the supermarket and bought labels and ribbon all ready to cover the tree with the names of people I liked. Okay, so trotted off means to happily walk. Horses trot. It's kind of like a happy walk that they have. I started writing, leaving British names aside for a bit, and got to the name number three. So I'll just put a comma there. Got to the name number three, and then thought, well, I'm not actually grateful for that person. I just put up with them. To put up with someone is to tolerate. Might not be someone you like, but you have no choice. Your colleagues, you have to tolerate them. You can't turn around and say, I don't want to work with you anymore. But then my tree had two lists: people I was grateful for and people I tolerated. And then there were the people I didn't want to see, so I ended up with three lists. And then my American friend stopped communicating with me after that, so she was taken off my list as well. And I end by saying Christmas card sending will eventually be killed off by the post office. It costs almost £1 for every card on the mainland. Yeah, so on the mainland just means in the UK because we're an island. Besides, they are a bit dangerous. I almost set fire, and that's how we talk about lighting fires. We set fires to the place last year by hanging them too close to the lights. My cat hates Christmas as much as the rest of us. He destroyed my list of labels on the tree as he was doing his King Kong impersonation that he does sometimes. And in many ways, I'm grateful. Yeah, grateful to him. But are we really heading into a place where we just don't keep in touch with people? It's a scary place to be. I can tell you that much. But yeah, anyway, let's just go today with the Stony silence. It's the silence your colleagues give you when they don't appreciate, don't want to hear what you're trying to tell them. All right, well, that's it from me. Hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll be back again next week with another weekly lesson. Now, tomorrow we'll still be focusing on this, but of course, we'll be doing the accent reduction. So we won't be going through the words, we'll just be talking again about reading and presenting well. See you tomorrow. Bye.